Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of A Closer Look, the show dedicated to bringing you the facts. We ask the questions no one else will, and we get the answers that no one else can. I'm Arabina Apia. Thanks so much for joining us. Tonight, we're coming to you from the 2024 Energy Summit here at the Baha Mar Resort Convention Center, where government officials, stakeholders, and experts are coming together to put plans into action with a focus on reliability, affordability, and sustainability. Over the course of the next half hour, we'll take a closer look at the overall plans, the small changes, and the big ones that make a big impact, as well as the partnerships driving it all forward. We'll hear directly from those at the heart of the shift, and together, we'll get a clearer picture of what the road ahead actually looks like. So stay tuned, because a closer look at the 2024 Energy Summit begins right after the break.
This holiday season, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is bringing light back to Bahamian homes. Through our partnership with Bahamas Power and Light, we're offering the Merry and Bright Holiday Reconnection Program, so you can pay as little as 10% of your outstanding balance and get reconnected. Just in time for the holidays. Pay a little, light up a lot. The Ministry of Energy and Transport is committed to making sure no family is left in the dark this season.
Welcome back. You're watching A Closer Look. I'm Arabina Apia, and we are coming to you today from Ground Zero here at the Baha Mar Convention Center for the start of Energy Summit 2024, facilitated by the Ministry of Energy and Transport and its various partners. Now, our Jillian Gray has the full breakdown on the event, the major players, and more. Jillian?
Rabs, the energy in this room was electrifying. Some of the keywords that we heard were affordability, reliability, and sustainability. And right now, what we're going to do is take you through some of those key highlights about how the energy sector is about to transform.
Keep her close to me because it's time for its fight.
From independent energy providers to budding renewable energy entrepreneurs, this year's Energy Summit brought together the major players in this space for one goal: energy transformation.
We thought it was important to be here as a power utility and as the energy provider on the island of Grand Bahama to ensure that our business goals and strategies align with the vision and the mission of the government of Minister JoBeth Kobe as Minister of Energy and Transport.
Our goal at ECO is to provide that energy so every one of us, each one of us watching here, you, myself, and everyone here in attendance and those who will be watching, to lower the cost of energy so you guys could take those resources and put it back into other things that you want to do.
The most important thing we have in front of us is this energy transition as we're dealing with here today. I think success for this government, success for all Bahamians is getting these energy projects on the table, which they are now, and getting them into the beginning phase and getting them through to execution in quick order.
Renewable energy integration is not just a promise, it's a commitment that is already in motion, according to Minister of Energy JoBeth Kobe Davis.
The expansion of utility-scale solar projects on New Providence is an important reform. The selected independent power producers for New Providence, namely Eco Energy, NT, and Compass, will interconnect more renewable energy options to the electric grid. Over 200 acres of land combined has been set aside at Blue Hills Power Station behind CV Bethel High School and Pinecrest Subdivision and off Coral Harbor Roundabout and Carmichael Road for the solar arrays.
Beyond being renewable and reliable, introducing new sources of energy is also about reducing the cost of energy across the Bahamas.
We are launching a series of initiatives and partnerships designed to bring down energy costs, reduce our dependence on imported fossil fuels, and increase our resilience to climate impacts. So we are modernizing infrastructure. We are updating the transmission and distribution infrastructure here in New Providence to make it stronger and more efficient and more resilient. These investments will ultimately reduce the cost of energy for everyone. We are introducing utility-scale solar and battery storage. We are bringing utility-scale solar power to New Providence for the first time. This includes 70 megawatts of solar capacity and 35 megawatts of battery energy storage systems.
Whether it's LNG or solar, I am just happy that we are on the track to renewable energy by 2030. Back to you in the studio, Rabs.
Thanks so much, Jillian. Stay with us. There's more of a closer look from the Energy Summit 2024 right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching A Closer Look. I'm Aravana Appiah. Today, we're here at the first ever Bahamas Energy Summit facilitated by the Ministry of Energy and Transport. With a target to reach 30% renewable energy by the year 2030, a major thrust of this process is to showcase how we can all work toward powering our future by making smart decisions about our everyday energy efficiency. Our ACL correspondent, April Sands, takes a closer look at all the innovative products and solutions on display here at today's Energy Summit and how we can all be readying ourselves to take advantage of those innovations. April?
Thank you, Arabina. As the world leads towards sustainable solutions, the Bahamas has a unique opportunity to lead by example. Today's seminar with the Ministry of Energy allows for us to find out just how far we've come and how far we'll go. Today's summit has gathered experts, policymakers, and innovators from around the globe, all focused on one common goal: creating a sustainable future through energy efficiency and innovative technologies. One of those experts in attendance included the representative of the leading multinational conglomerate company, LG Electronics.
This is a great suite of island products because you've got the smartphone control of appliances. If you don't need it and you know you're outside, you can shut it down. So you have real-time control of the appliances. As I mentioned, the battery storage is a great way to ensure that your house's power, right? And when we introduce more intermittent renewable sources like solar, you're going to want to make sure that you have control of your own energy usage in the home as well.
And she's right. There's a huge importance in transitioning to renewable energy sources. According to the manager of Compass Power Solutions, a leading EPC provider in the country for households and businesses, sustainable practices start with the initial phase of building your next big project.
Everything's gotten more efficient. For example, the solar panel in the background, a solar panel is increased in efficiency, by 30-40% from just 5 years ago, and systems are now more plug and play. So all the devices are much more easy to install in the field.
As part of the event today, I had the incredible opportunity to test drive an energy-saving luxury car with the general manager of Easy Sales Car Company, an experience that beautifully illustrated the marriage of sustainability and high-end living. This 7-seater 2024 electric SUV, also known as the Tang, provides comfort with premium leather seats, an intuitive touchscreen interface, and ambient lighting designed for relaxation. But it's the car's hybrid engine that really steals the show, offering an impressive fuel efficiency and significantly reduced emissions. Taking it for a spin was not only thrilling, but also enlightening. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that while this vehicle saves you money on gas, it also adds little to nothing on your electricity bill. So whether it's the luxury of a high-end electric vehicle or simply adopting more sustainable practices in our daily lives, the message is pretty clear across the board. We all have a role to play in shaping a more sustainable future, and it really starts with personal decision-making. Corresponding for Fincastle Media Group, I'm April Sands Smith.
When we return, we have even more show live from the 2024 Energy Summit here at the Baha Mar Convention Center. You won't want to miss any part of our ongoing conversations, so stay tuned.
Electricity bills have been a financial burden, but with the new equity rate adjustment, relief is here.
Working in healthcare, I know the importance of managing expenses. The new rates mean we can save on our utility bills, allowing us to focus on what matters most, our family.
As retirees, every little bit helps. To reduce rates mean we can afford other essentials without worry. It's comforting to know that even on a fixed income, we have some breathing room now.
As new homeowners, we were worried about any additional expenses.
The new energy saving rates have made a significant difference, making our homeownership dream more affordable.
The new policy isn't just about reducing bills, it's about encouraging sustainable practices. The savings are great, but the environmental impact is even greater. It's a win for everyone.
The government of the Bahamas is changing the energy status quo, building a brighter future with the new energy era.
Welcome back. You're watching A Closer Look. I'm Arabina Apia. Thanks so much for tuning in. For tonight's episode, we're coming to you from Energy Summit 2024. Today, stakeholders from across the country's energy sector are meeting to share ideas, address concerns, and plot the way forward for a transformed sector. Now, at the heart of this effort is collaboration and partnership featuring both Bahamian and international vendors, many of whom have already won bids to help restore the country's ailing energy infrastructure. To learn more about these partnerships, we go now to our ACL correspondent, Amber Arana, for more details. Amber?
From modernizing our grid to reducing fuel dependence, these vendors are implementing innovative solutions that promise not only cleaner energy, but also economic growth and job creation in our communities.
We now start with Owen Bethel from Inti Corporation, who is not new to the renewable energy sector. They have been providing solar for corporate entities like SuperValue and have solidified a presence in Grand Bahama.
We have two plants actually now operational. One 6 megawatts and the other 5 megawatts, feeding into the grid of the Grand Bahama Power Company, right? And since that time, we've been awarded through the RFPs of the government a plant in New Providence, a 20 megawatt plant, and also in Exuma.
Judson Wilmot of Outlier Energy broke down the details of how the power purchase agreement will provide affordable energy to consumers.
At the end of the duration of the finance period, the equipment and the entire operation is turned over to Bahamas Power and Light. And so it would be assisting in reducing the cost of energy. It will give the government a vehicle for 24-hour power generation in a guaranteed format. And because of the efficiency of the equipment, it is able to give guaranteed and predicted savings in accordance with the vision of the government.
For Owen Bethel, employment of women in the sector and training of Bahamians remains a priority for Inti Corporation. They received an award from the IDB for their commitment to the training and growth of women in the sector, and are currently working with the BTVI to train Bahamians in solar installation and maintenance.
Once we start on the work here in New Providence and also in Exuma, we will obviously again be looking to the recruitment, training, of staff, local staff. Those that we have trained in Grand Bahama, we will obviously be bringing some to assist in the programs and all the facilities here, so that the learning curve and the productivity is maintained.
Both companies are committed to producing affordable energy for Bahamians.
The Bahamian public would have savings in the form of the versatility of the equipment because it can burn various gases, so you're not necessarily adversely impacted by any shifts in cost of the form of gases that would be available in the market. Secondly, these equipment are very efficient in the provision of generating electricity.
As in Freeport, about 5% or more of the demand in power, electricity. And so not only does that ease in terms of, or say, produce savings for BPL, but ultimately will feed into reducing the cost of electricity for Bahamians.
These partnerships are bringing cleaner, more reliable energy to our islands and setting us up for a stronger future. I'm Amber Arana. Back to you, Rabs.
Love to see that level of partnership and collaboration taking place across the sector. Thank you so much, Amber. Stay with us. There's more of a closer look from 2024 Energy Summit here at the Baha Mar Convention Center right after this.
Welcome to Doris Johnson Senior High School.
Welcome to TG Glover Professional Development and Research School.
Welcome to CV Bethel, where we're harnessing the power of the sun to create a brighter future.
Today, we will take you through the principles of renewable energy and how it is shaping the way we power our campus.
We are so proud to be an energy generating campus.
We don't just consume energy, we produce it.
CV Bethel Senior High School.
Doris Johnson Senior High School. The TG Global PDR School.
It's also an energy generating campus.
These panels generate electricity,
which is then sold back to BPL's power grid, reducing our reliance on traditional fossil fuels.
By investing in renewable energy, we're not only saving money, but also helping to create a more reliable, more resilient, and more empowered society.
Welcome back. You're watching A Closer Look. I'm Arabina Apia, and today we are coming to you from the Baha Mar Convention Center, where Energy Summit 2024 is well underway. We've been having conversations around the transformation of the country's energy sector and gaining some much-needed insight into how it's all going to happen, when we expect to see changes, and of course, who will be overseeing those changes at every level. Joining me now to bring even more clarity to our conversations are the Honorable Minister of Energy and Transport, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, BPL Chairman Christina Alston, and Ministry Technocrat Veron Darvo. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. So let's jump right into our conversation. And Minister, I want to start with you, because the government has set a very ambitious goal of 30% of renewables by the year 2030. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that mandate aligns with this government's overall plans for energy reform in the country?
So the government's focus is not just to get us to the 30% renewable, but to also transform the energy sector, where we can modernize our transmission and distribution grid, incorporate cleaner fuels in our energy generation, and also incorporate renewables. And getting there is important for our people, because getting there brings about accountability, reliability, affordability, and also that resiliency that's needed, because we're a hurricane belt. And so what's important is for us to make sure that even when there are disastrous circumstances that may happen in our country, that we're able to actually stay connected to our power or get ourselves back online in the fastest way possible.
Okay, so you mentioned the renewables. I know LNG is a major part of that. What role is LNG going to be playing in supporting this energy transformation, and what are some of the anticipated estimated impacts that Bahamians can expect to see?
And so when we talk about renewables, most of the time for us in our transformation, we're focusing more on solar. And so the Bahamas, yes, we're sun, sand, and sea, and I always add clouds, because one of the situations that happen with solar is you need that direct sunlight constantly for it to continue to generate energy. But sometimes there's cloud cover. When cloud cover happens, you lose that power being generated because it's no longer a direct sunlight hitting your solar panels. And so you always have to have a means of conventional power generation to assist you with continuous power being generated and transmitted for our people. That happens with fuels. So right now we use heavy fuel or we use diesel. Now diesel is kind of clean, but it's very expensive. Now the heavy fuel is the filthiest, but it's also the most affordable. So to transition to cleaner fuel, you need to find a transitional fuel that helps you to bring about still the affordability, but also the cleaner fuel. And that's where LNG comes in. When we're not generating the power that we want from solar, we can't do it 24/7 because we don't have sunlight 24/7. We have that incorporation of LNG, and which is a cleaner fuel, and it's also affordable.
Understood. Well, I want to rope in BPL's chairman. Ms. Alston, can you speak to how BPL is preparing to integrate renewable energy sources like the LNG into the existing power structure?
So BPL is definitely preparing for this transformation. One of the things that we're doing, especially in the Family Islands, is putting in microgrids. And those microgrids are going to be used in order to complement the BPL generation fleet. In doing so, what we've done is we've able to leapfrog some technologies, and we're bringing in some of the most sophisticated equipment available in terms of these hybrid microgrids. There'll be a combination of microgrids that have battery energy storage systems along with solar, but we're also looking at microturbines. And in addition to the microturbines, the BPL fleet is being revitalized and revamped to complement those. Here in New Providence, we are making a huge transformation with our T&D. We're bringing in advanced conductors, and we're looking at our system differently so that we can integrate renewables onto the system.
I'd like to rope in Veron here as the technocrat. You've heard both the minister and the BPL chairman speaking about those technological innovations. Can you speak to some of the ones that are being prioritized for this specific transformation of the Bahamian energy sector?
Yes, so basically what we're doing is we're replacing old assets with new assets that have higher efficiency with a more cleaner and renewable and sustainable fuel source. We're also incorporating renewable energy so that we could cut down on those fuel costs every year and also reduce our carbon emissions. All of this will also simultaneously lower the cost of living through lowering the cost of energy. So a lot of innovation and technology coming to the Bahamas' energy sector, and we hope that all Bahamians can benefit from these changes over the years to come.
Absolutely. Well, Minister, I want to come back to you because I know that in order to make this happen, there are a lot of collaborations, there are a lot of partnerships. Can you speak to the significance of the partnerships, these public-private sector partnerships specifically, in making this transformation a real reality?
The strategic partners that we have aligned our relationships with, one, we talk a lot about the financial constraints that exist, that's just not been a secret, that's public knowledge. Strategic partners are bringing that support financially to us to get there in the timeline that we need to get there. What the partners also do is allows us access to the updated technology, advanced technology that's happening throughout the sector. Our partners have connections and networks globally that they have access to get those materials and equipment in a shorter period of time in which we were being quoted just going on our own. And so strategic partners are helping us achieve our energy goals in the shortest timeline and also providing the financial support.
Now, Ms. Alston, I know if you talk to the average everyday Bahamian, they want to know, when is the bill going down? So I know that that is one of the things that is a priority for the government. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about some of the other benefits that Bahamians can expect once this transformation, once the LNG is integrated into the current power structure. What does that look like in terms of benefits to the Bahamian household?
So it's a three-part conversation. There's safety, reliability, and cost effectiveness. When these three come together, what we're going to be seeing is, yes, reduced bills. Yes, we'll be seeing improved reliability. But what I don't want to forget in all of this is environmental impact. Moving to these cleaner fuels is going to have such a significant impact, positive impact to our environment. And it's really going to show the world how you lift up a nation and how you transform your energy grid in a way that has really never been done before.
Well, in the last few minutes of our conversation, Veron, I want to ask you, if you could give us a little insight into how these LNG generators are going to work with the current system. As the technocrat on the panel today, what does that actually look like for us?
LNG is basically a cleaner fuel source that has less carbon, so it's less carbon emissions when you burn it, and it contains more energy, which means that your power plants will look smaller, more efficient, more compact, and they will get the job done much faster. Now with when you incorporate solar, we have 1,600 hours of solar power every year. That's about 18%. Right? And the other percentage has to be made up with something. And LNG could work very quickly. If there's cloud cover, it could respond really quickly, and it's like I said, at a lower fuel cost. So it's more sustainability and reliability and cost effectiveness all at the same time.
Well, I want to thank you all for being here. You shared so much valuable information, and I hope that our viewing audience really has a clearer idea of where we're headed. And I know it's all very exciting. And I know you also have other commitments today, so I want to thank you all for being here, taking the time out to speak to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you as well. Thank you. When we return, we have more of a closer look right after this, so stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Veron Darville. I'm an energy manager with the Ministry of Energy and Transport. I'm here to talk to you about energy efficiency. What is energy efficiency? Energy efficiency is using less electricity to do the same amount of work, whether that be turning off your lights after using them or using your AC in the right way at the right time. Energy efficiency will lower your electricity bills.
Our conversations here at Energy Summit 2024 have hopefully provided insights into the incoming energy shift, what it really means, the challenges, the plans, and the steps already underway. Am I saying this is going to be a quick fix? Absolutely not. But based on what we've heard today, there's a clear path taking shape, one that reflects the needs, priorities, and realities of where we are and where we hope to be in the very near future. Can you imagine it? An energy sector that is reliable, affordable, sustainable, and designed for growth. I can. I hope the conversations shared here tonight have given you, our viewing audience, a better understanding of the work ahead. We've hopefully gained much needed insight into what it will take to turn these plans into everyday realities and highlighted the major local and international players committed to making it all happen. There's a lot to look forward to, and with each move forward, we're getting a little closer to an energy future that serves us today and prepares us for tomorrow. I'm Arabina Apia, and I'll be back next week with a closer look at all of the stories grabbing headlines and sparking conversation around the country. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, good night, everyone.